So I'm only doing a couple jokes tonight because people always come in when I want to go up. I always hear the same thing, which is, you know, people voted more times for the American Idol than they did for the last president and for pretty much any of the elections. And I think that's really kind of a pointless thing to say because it's not like we can vote again and again and again from the comfort of our own homes with all the enthusiasm of like a Hillary Duff fan. You know, it's inconvenient, you know, there's like children and working, and it's just, you just can't get rid of that feeling that no matter what you do, it doesn't matter how you vote, it's really just irrelevant, you know. But yeah, I'm in college now, things are going really, really well. I know. Yeah, it's Spanish 101, it's an absolute killer. And there's actually a gal in there with me in this class, we have a little study group, and she, well, I think the most important and interesting aspect of her like presentation is the fact that the upper third of her ear has been completely sheared off. I know, I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? I'm so curious about it. Dude, I had a customer right over there, what was it, night before last, and she was missing the first part of her finger. As soon as it's going, and I bring out all these beverages, because it's not just various non-alcoholic, non-tipping beverages, but also extra water and napkins, and I'm like, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I look down just then and I see the nub. And I go, I guess I ran out of fingers. Straight into her eyeball. As I'm saying this, I'm just like, I gotta go. Like right now. Like I can't finish a statement. I can't ever come back to this table, you know. The girl who works here, do you want to take the lady with the nubby, you know, don't mention it. Anyway, missing ear girl works at Albertsons. And she says, we got pretty good benefits. We get medical and vision after X number of days, and that's pretty sweet. And we're like, well, what about dental? You know, as like a third of my tooth fell out of my head last night, right? So it's like a hot topic. I know, it scared the fuck out of me. Anyway, and she's like, oh, that's really weird. You know, they don't let us do it for like 3 years. And I was just like, you're telling me that people in a grocery store would have to wait 3 years to get dental? I don't mean to be the shallow American, but here we go. Okay, I want people to have the vast majority of their teeth when they're serving me. I don't want any visible blackness or brownness or active deterioration at the gum line. I want like, teeth with integrity is what I'm getting at here. And I don't even want them like breathing their foul not even on my canned goods, much less fresh produce, deli food. Any of that is absolutely verboten. And I'm just like, you guys will do medical and vision. And medical is like, you know, I don't know, boob jobs and childbirth and all these other like optional things. I know, don't let them get bigger. And basically, I got yet another offer in the mail from Capital One. Actually, it wasn't for me, it was for the previous tenant, but this person... No more felonies! No more admission of felonies on stage, I've had enough. Anyway, this person had been pre-selected. I just noticed this in passing as I was opening the mail to shred it for her safety. Well, I figured it wouldn't be a big deal. This is the problem. We move in, right? We had been there the day before with last-minute shit before we actually got all our stuff in, and the power was fine. We moved in the next day, and we're like, tick, 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 tick. Oh shit, you know. And we go outside and rummage around on the leaves and the porch, and we find like the red cutoff notice. So I figured if she can't pay her power bill, she probably doesn't want any extra credit. You know, like a responsible young American. Anyway, yeah, so I was just thinking about that, and it's Capital One, and you've been pre-selected. What a bunch of bullshit. It's as easy as picking out the style of card you want. That's basically what they're trying to imply. I'm like, oh, cool. So I sent away for Pretty Pretty Princess. And I was super pissed when I got it in the mail, and it was G.I. Joe. So I called customer service, and I'm like, look, you know, I thought I was going to get Pretty Pretty Princess, and I already have issues with my sexuality because of how deep my voice is, and I worry about not being feminine enough, and this is really up in here. You know, and the guy was just absolutely dumbfounded. He's like, dude, you got a fucking hologram on the card. You know, what else do you want? And I was like, how about an interest rate below 20%? And he's like, you know what, that's only for the folks who pick the AARP style card. I'm really sorry. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Thanks, guys.